That actually leads to my next question, which is about caretaking. Like John mentioned, that there might be an expectation for the managers to do a bit more, especially in terms of sanitizing the common areas. Would the managers be able to charge the additional amount for doing that additional work, or what's your take on that?
Yeah, as a basic rule, a manager just can't go out and do extra work and then charge the body corporate for it. If they propose to do extra work and want to be paid for it, they need to get the body corporate committee to agree to that extra payment before they go and do the work. So you can't just go and do it and say, here's a bill. So if they really believe that there is a substantial amount of more work to be done and they want to get paid for it, then they need to organise that with the committee. I think what they need to bear in mind, though, is that in many complexes, the body corporate committees are closing down swimming pools, for example, or they're closing down gymnasiums or recreational facilities, so that there won't be as much work for the manager to do. So I think managers have to be careful not to expect to get paid for all that work that they're not doing, but then say, but by the way, you need to pay me for this extra work. So they need to think carefully about what they're doing before they start asking for more money for extra work. Because everybody is suffering through this. And if the unit owners look at a manager as being greedy and not taking any of the pain, that's not good for that manager at all.
Yeah, and on the same token, if the pools are shut down, the gyms are shut down, and then the workload of the manager goes down, there's always this possibility that the committee or the body corporate may say, hey, I'm going to reduce your remuneration. So to preempt and prevent that from happening, we would strongly encourage the managers to keep doing what they're doing, and in fact to do more, to show that they're on the ball, that they're the best manager the complex and the body corporate can ever have.
Because of the virus that's going on, and some of the owners might be out of job, for example, and they might be very tight with their cash flow to even pay the body corporate levy. I think that there is a possibility that the owners might start looking at, again, even more closely at the budgets and financial statement of the body corporate and see what's going on, what expense they can cut back on. So if an owner stops paying the body corporate levy, then how does the body corporate manager keep chasing that, and then would that affect the manager's body corporate salary?
In practice, it could, because the body corporate can only pay the manager's remuneration if the body corporate has the money in its fund. Body corporate levies are not huge amounts of money. So I don't think we're going to find a lot of owners unable to pay their levies. I think most owners will be able to pay most of their levies. In the GFC, this really wasn't a problem. We never saw it as a problem for managers. Very rarely did we have managers come to us to say that the body corporate hasn't been able to pay them. So I don't perceive it as being a big problem. Most bodies corporate, and I would think all of the bigger body corporate managers all have a system in place to chase up people who haven't paid their levies. But it is conceivable that some bodies corporate will find themselves short of funds, and there may be some delays in paying the resident manager, and it either might take that they might pay less than what they have to pay, but even if they pay less, they will still owe the rest of that money to the manager, who'll have the opportunity to try and recoup that when things do turn around. I don't think it's going to be a big problem, but certainly managers should be vigilant, and when they put their invoice in, they should be on to the body corporate manager to make sure it does get paid as quickly as possible. I think if a manager is genuinely doing less than what they would normally do for different reasons, then I think somebody's corporate will come to them and say, look, you're not now looking after the pool or the gym or the recreation facilities. And maybe they've got an expert coming in and doing the sanitising to the managers and doing that. And they might say to the manager, we'd like you to take a drop in your remuneration. Now, the manager doesn't have to. But I think if the manager wants to maintain that relationship, they have to at least be prepared to negotiate with the body corporate to some extent.
Okay. And obviously, during this time, it's very, very important. It's even more important to keep the communication open with all parties. The owners might be already bombarded with all the information they receive from every source. How much communication do you think we need to be doing as resident managers?
A very good question. I think you have to be careful not to bombard the owners with a whole lot of things. Owners can get so much information, and they are getting so much information off the internet, off the news, through their accountants, through other people as well who give them information about what's going on. So we don't need to tell them all that information again. What we need to keep them informed about is what's happening at their complex and what we're doing at their complex to keep it safe and look after their investment. And I think of the people that the managers need to be really close to at the moment, to me, number one is the committee, and number two are the investor owners. To be in contact with the investor owners to let them know what they're doing, particularly in relation to tenants who may start asking for rent reductions or things like that.